Hello. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. Amidst the chaos of life, sometimes just a single moment of anger is enough to lose the things we hold most dear. So, before we begin, let's take a deep breath together. To remind ourselves, the words we speak can either heal or hurt. And today, I want to take you on a small journey to understand the 4 things you should never say when you're angry. Not to suppress your emotions, but to protect what is most precious: love, friendship, family, and even your own self-respect. Point 1. I regret ever being with you. This is perhaps one of the most cruel things a person can say in anger. Why? Because it doesn't just hurt the moment. It denies the entire journey you've shared together. It erases every hand held, every dream built together, every smile shared. Someone once told me a story. They fell in love during the hardest times, sharing simple meals, dreaming of a small home they could call their own. But over the years, the pressures of life slowly pushed them apart. One evening, over something trivial, a misplaced towel, the wife, in a burst of anger, screamed, "If I hadn't married you, my life would have been so much better." That sentence was like a blade, severing the final thread that connected them. Even though she later apologized, even though they stayed together, in the husband's heart, a void was created, one that could never truly be filled. Because from that moment on, he was never certain whether his love had ever been truly cherished. You see, one angry sentence can erase an entire beautiful past. So if you find yourself in anger, if you find yourself in pain, remember this: silence is 1,000 times better than denying all the good that once was. Point 2. You never do anything right. In moments of anger, we often unleash absolute criticism, as if trying to crush the other person just to satisfy our own rage. But perhaps you've never seen the look in someone's eyes when the person they love the most tells them they never do anything right. I once witnessed such a moment. A 12-year-old child stood quietly behind a door, listening to their parents arguing about school. In a fit of anger, the father shouted, "Our kid is as stupid as you. They'll never amount to anything in life." That child cried that day. But even more frightening was this: from that moment on, the light in their eyes was gone. They no longer dared to dream. They no longer believed they were worthy of success. You see, an unthinking word can become a curse that binds someone for a lifetime. So please be careful. You can be angry, you can be disappointed, but never judge an entire person based on a single moment of frustration. Remember, a word of encouragement at the right time can save a soul. A word of insult can kill a heart that was still hoping. Point 3. I don't need you anymore. Some words, once spoken, mark the beginning of an irreversible fracture. The story I want to share this time is even more heartbreaking. An elderly couple had spent 40 years walking through life together. During a fierce argument over money, the husband, in a moment of anger, blurted out, "Go wherever you want. I don't need you anymore." Just one sentence. The wife, who had once endured hunger, hardship, and countless struggles by his side, quietly packed her suitcase and left. It took an entire week for the husband to realize he couldn't live without her. He searched everywhere for her. Finally, he found her in a small rented room, lying alone on a cold bed. But she never came back. Not because she stopped loving him, but because the pain was too deep, and her aging heart no longer had the strength to hope again. You see, when we recklessly say, "I don't need you anymore," we're not just throwing away a person. we're throwing away a part of our own soul. So when anger flares up, take a step back, breathe deeply, and remember, the people we love aren't always willing or able to wait for us to come to our senses. Point 4. You're just like everyone else. Comparison is a poison that kills self-esteem. When angry, many people have a habit of dragging others into comparisons. Other people are way better than you. At least they know how to make money. Unlike you. All my friends are successful. Only you are a failure. You might think these words are just a way to vent anger. They're not. They are the quickest way to destroy trust, connection, and the self-worth of the person you love. A young woman once confided, throughout the years of their relationship, every time they argued, her boyfriend would compare her to his ex. At first, she endured it. She thought, maybe he's just speaking out of anger. But gradually, she began to feel not good enough in the eyes of the one she loved. Love, which should have been a safe haven, turned into a battlefield of emotional wounds. Eventually, she left. Not because she stopped loving him, but because she no longer believed she was worthy of love. You see, comparison kills the most beautiful parts of a person. Always remember, every person is a unique story. No one was born to be compared. So, together we've gone through 4 things you should never say when angry. How do you feel? Perhaps, somewhere deep down, you've also spoken out of anger and let it cloud your heart? Don't blame yourself too much, because all of us have stumbled along the way. What's important is that after today, you have gained more awareness, one more reason to love and cherish the people around you even more. If you found these insights meaningful, please support me by clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell. Because in the upcoming videos, we will continue to learn how to master our emotions, build lasting relationships, and, step by step, live a deeper and more fulfilling life. Thank you for listening. I wish you always find peace in your heart, no matter how stormy life may get. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. That sentence, spoken in a moment of anger, may seem fleeting. But do you know what? It drove a dagger into the heart of the wife he loved most. But in her eyes that day, something shattered. Not because of the pile of dishes, not because of a single sentence, but because the trust, which had been built through days of love, through moments of patience, had now cracked. The next day, after the anger had passed, he was deeply regretful. He apologized. He tried to make amends. But the words that were spoken couldn't be erased as easily as the wind blows through a page of paper. You see, a word spoken in anger, taking just 5 seconds to say, can take 5 years or even a lifetime to heal.